Okay, guys, I want you to genuinely ask yourself if someone else's opinion really matters. We see those memes all the time, a wolf doesn't care about the opinion of sheep, watch my hand as I walk away and all that sort of thing. But most of us do actually care what other people think about us. A little bit. Different people have different levels of care, obviously. Some mad woman, cutting in front of you in a supermarket, car park, opinion of you is not as important as maybe your mother's or a business mentor's or whatever. Now, recently, I've had a few people in the VIP group are sort of upset and slightly put off kilter by something that's been said to them by not me, but by another mentor, somebody they respect in the industry. And they've been told they don't have businesses, or they're not strong enough to have businesses, or they're not this, or they're not that. Now, I'm very personality and I'm quite a strong person, and I understand that we're all slightly different. And there are actually different ways to do business, and you attract your own tribe. So if you are quieter, if you're not as upfront and out there, that doesn't mean you can't have a successful business. It just means you're a different type of personality and will attract a different type of customer who, likes that quietness or that gentle persuasiveness, doesn't want someone who's like Tigger on acid or whatever it might be that is appealing about somebody else's personality. I want you to consider a couple of things. Anybody who ever puts you down for having a different personality to them and saying that they know that this is the sort of personality that you have to be successful in business, call out their own bullshit. I mean, seriously, there are different types of business people all over the world and they are all reasonably successful. Two, please consider what measure are you using for success? Are we talking about money in the bank? That's a relatively small measure of success. For some of us, a measure of success might be how much time we can spend with our family, what we can, do outside of our businesses, that being successful is actually creating an income on a 10-hour week rather than 50-hour week. For some of us, it might be that we consider ourselves successful because we had no qualifications when we left school and we are actually managing to earn an income by ourselves. We all have different measures of what we believe is successful is. So what measure are they actually applying to you if you get these kind of criticisms? And even if you are struggling for money, are you at the very beginning of your business? Because most people do struggle for money at the very beginning of their business. Most people are in overwhelm at the very beginning of their business. These things take time. They take time and they take, consistency and they take persistence. And if you are in overwhelm and you don't understand who would buy from you and why they would buy from you, then talk to somebody like me. I spent yesterday evening talking to someone and actually getting them to firm up in their mind, who they could sell to, how they could sell it, what their communication messages should be, what they should be doing to attract that audience. I do occasionally have the odd good idea. Sometimes I'm a bit stumped, but mostly, because I'm not involved, I can take that step back and look and give some, decent direction. So don't let one person, let's think about how big the world is and how many people are in the world. Don't let one person's opinion of you mean quite so much. They might have some valid points. There might be some little things that you should be working on, but you might be awesome at keeping accounts and they're rubbish. Do you know what I mean? It just really frustrates me because, and one reason it frustrates me and one reason I'm so passionate about this is I am just as bad for letting the one person who doesn't like me really upset me or puts me down really upset me when I know that behind me I've got 20 people who think I'm really quite good and quite amazing and quite awesome. But that we always focus on the one, don't we? The one that we want to win over. Why do we want to win them over? Why are they so important? They're actually not. The other thing I want you to consider is, where have I come from? i.e., where have you come from? Have you made progress to where you were last month, the month before that, the month before that, the month before that, where you were 2 years ago, where you were 3 years ago? If you've made any kind of progress, any kind of progress, you are further forward to having this business that you want. And the other thing to consider, and I know this is a long video, but I'm very passionate about it, is plan it. Think about it, plan it, and get a system down on paper. And if you can't do that, reach out for help from people who do more than just tell you you're not good enough. They don't do that. We don't do that. We never do that. What we do is we take your confusion and try and make it clear for you, and try and give you direction, and maybe make the odd tweak to make it workable. We would never turn around to someone and just say, yeah, you're too dull, you're as dull as dishwater, you're never going to have a business, go away. We give you positive feedback, positive things you can work on. So don't ever, ever let one person's opinion affect how you feel about yourself, right? That's really it for today. Oh, very passionate I was there. But there you go. I'll see you soon. I hope that means something to some of you. I want you to keep pushing forward, and I want you to keep reaching out, and reach out to people who are actually going to encourage you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be me. It can be anybody in the VIP block, the bitch team. It can be your best friend. It can be your partner. It can be your mum, whoever it is. Reach out to your biggest supporters, not your biggest detractors. Okay, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.